Mother Teresa, the embodiment of humanity. In the pages of world history, there are a few names that transcend individuality, names that become eternal symbols of compassion and humanity itself. One such name is Mother Teresa, who devoted her entire life to serving the poor, the helpless, and the destitute. Her life was a living example of love, mercy, and selfless service. 1. Birth and early life. Mother Teresa was born on August 26, 1910, in Skopje, now the capital of North Macedonia. Her birth name was Agnes Gonca Boyaciu. She belonged to an Albanian Catholic family, modest in means but rich in faith and compassion. Her father, Nicola Boyaciu, was a businessman and a noted community worker, while her mother, Drana, was deeply religious, kind-hearted, and known for her generosity toward the poor. From her mother, young Agnes learned one of life's greatest lessons. If you give something, give it with love. That principle became the guiding light of her entire life. Agnes was a quiet, thoughtful, and diligent student. At just 12 years old, she felt a divine calling, a desire to dedicate her life to the service of God. When she turned 18 in 1928, she left her home in Skopje and went to Dublin, Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto convent. That was the beginning of her religious journey. 2. From Ireland to India. Upon her arrival in Ireland, Agnes began learning English, as she was to be sent to India, where the Loreto sisters managed a mission school. In 1929, she traveled to India and joined the Loreto convent in Darjeeling as a novice. There, she took her first vows and adopted a new name, Sister Mary Teresa, after Saint Thérèse of Lisieux, the patron saint of missionaries. In 1931, she officially entered religious life as Sister Teresa, and in 1937, she took her final vows of commitment. From that moment onward, she became known as Mother Teresa. 3. Arrival in Calcutta and life as a teacher. Mother Teresa first came to India in 1929, but from 1931 onward, she began her permanent service at the Loreto convent in Calcutta, now Calcutta. She taught geography and catechism at St. Mary's High School in Antali. Her students loved her dearly for her warmth, patience, and compassion. However, outside the walls of the convent school, Calcutta was a city of deep suffering. On the streets, she saw countless people, sick, starving, and abandoned, with no one to care for them. The horrors of the Second World War and the Great Bengal Famine of 1943 further deepened her anguish. These sights shook her soul. 4. The call within the call, a divine message. On September 10, 1946, while traveling by train from Calcutta to Darjeeling for a retreat, Mother Teresa experienced what she described as the call within the call. Sitting in that train compartment, she felt a profound voice within her, as if God himself was speaking to her. Leave the convent, go into the slums and serve the poorest of the poor. This inner voice changed her life forever. It was not just a call to serve, it was a divine command that gave her life new purpose. 5. Leaving Loreto and beginning a new journey. After 2 years of seeking permission, in 1948, Mother Teresa received approval from the Vatican to leave the Loreto order and live independently as a missionary. Dressed in a simple white sari with blue borders, she stepped into the streets of Calcutta as a humble servant of the poor. She first went to Patna to receive basic medical training, and then returned to Calcutta's Moti Jheel slum to begin her work. There, she opened a small school for poor children, teaching them to read and write, often using her finger to draw letters in the dust. She nursed the sick, fed the hungry, and comforted those who were dying alone. People were astonished. They would say, "How can a foreign nun show such boundless love for people she doesn't even know?" But for Mother Teresa, it was simple. She saw in every suffering face the image of Jesus Christ himself. Would you like me to continue the rest of the story? From the founding of Missionaries of Charity to her Nobel Prize and death in the same elegant 3,000-word English biographical style?